Hey everybody, Zoom360 here on the go. This year is going by so fast. It's already half. We are a month away. Actually, no, we are a week away actually from the middle of 2021 already. So today I feel pretty stressed. Been doing quite a bit at work. I've been dealing with quite a bit of stuff at work, doing things that I'm just not used to doing, but I'm thankful that I've gotten the chance to do them because I've gained the experience and get to do a whole bunch of new stuff, coordinate for a whole bunch of new stuff and that I've not done before. So it's always good to learn new skills, I guess. So I'm very thankful for that, but I'm very stressed. So one of the things I like to do when I'm stressed out is to drive. I like to get in a car and just drive. There's something about me, the road, and the car. It's just. But I wanted to take this time to talk about a situation I'm going with the cars, and it's postponing a lot of trips that I had planned this year. So I think if everything goes, which they won't at this point, but I'm gonna try to salvage the entire situation. If the plan that I have to counter what's happening succeeds, we should start to take trips again come September the 1st, because for starters, I have to take a vacation break starting September the 1st because it's just because of administrative reasons. If I don't take a vacation in September, come October 1st, I'm gonna be losing a whole bunch of days of vacation. It's ridiculous. But so between now and September the 1st, I gotta get at least Suki ready for the road trip. So I wanted to take this time to get out of the apartment, get rid of some stress while driving, and also share with you what's going on with Zoom360 and when the next trips are gonna be, because this is what the main focus of this channel is road trips and going out and doing things and seeing things and taking you along for the ride. So so we are still in the reset phase right now, which hasn't really started, though I just started to place orders for a whole bunches of car parts. I should be receiving those next week or at the end of next week. But something unexpected happened with my beloved Lucille, my 2015 Hyundai Veloster Turbo, that I didn't see coming, and because of that it's postponing a bunch of stuff, which if I don't get the ball rolling come June 1st is gonna ruin the entire year in terms of taking trips and going out and doing it like we do right here on this channel. So I wanted to take some time and explain why version 4 of Suki has not even started yet, though the shop is ready to go. But unfortunately the Veloster of Lucille Hyundai, well, not really Lucille the car, but Hyundai, the Hyundai Corporation has thrown a monkey wrench in my entire operation, and I can't believe it happened. Hopefully the wind is not going to be an issue. So since there's a lot of big speed bumps here, the car is parked way at the edge of way up there at the edge of the apartment complex. It is way down there to the right. So it's quite a bit of a walk. It's like way down there. Yeah, we're still walking, but we are coming up. Oh, this car should have been in the shop already getting fixed, getting a whole bunch of upgrades and a bunch of repairs. So version 4 should be halfway done by now, but we haven't even started. So we walked all the way from down there. This is a nice Z. I like this Z right here. And here we are. $358,583 miles on our way to 1 million miles. Now, this car should not be here right now. It should be at the shop getting repainted. Well, now not repainted, but getting the paint fixed, because I have quite a bit of rock chips and stuff like that, because this car is not a garage queen. It's my road trip car. I drive it, as you can see, 358,500 miles on there, but it's still sitting there, and I've been daily driving this car, which I really hate doing, because it's such a relief when I drive Lucille. It's so much better to just drive and be left alone sometimes, because this car just gets so much attention that it's like, sometimes it's like and it's annoying to drive. But the build for version 4 has not even started yet with this car, because, well, it turns out Hyundai has not done a good job maintaining my Veloster. When I was, I kind of suspected that when I was in Colorado Springs, but I didn't think it was that bad. I thought that, that is not something that I should have said something about, but it turns out that it was. When we were moving to El Paso, as you've seen before on the vlog before, is that the engine of Lucille seemed to have taken a mild dump, and now it's at Hyundai Veloster, where now it's at Hyundai of El Paso, where it's been sitting for 2 months now, waiting on a new engine. So because of that, now this car now is my daily, and it creates all kinds of problems, because especially for the channel, because this car is my travel car, and it's the car that I use for the channel mainly to go on road trips with. And the road trips that I've planned, this car needs to be in version 4 for that trip. And yeah, let's go for the drive. So we are at the edge of the state of Texas. If you think I'm lying, not sure if you can see. I'm gonna try to zoom in on this. Look into the distance, and you can see the Welcome to New Mexico sign. Yeah, buddy. That is the welcome to New Mexico sign. So we are out on the edge of Texas right now. And move around to the sun. So it turns out that in Colorado Springs, the Hyundai dealership there, it seems that some things were not being done correctly. Now that I think back about it, a lot of that stuff is starting to make sense. Whenever I would bring Lucille to the Hyundai dealership there, I noticed that after a month or so, the car would be low on oil because the low oil light would come on. So every time I would take Lucille there, they changed the oil, but a month later, the oil light would come on and I would have to constantly add oil. Now, I thought that maybe that Lucille had an oil leak, but I'm like, already? That can't be possible. But I checked all the seals and stuff like that. I did not see any kind of evidence from the car that it had an oil leak. Lucille also started to misfire a little bit. I took her in for that as well, and they changed spark plugs. Of course, with them doing that, they've changed the coils as well. And when I got the car back, it misfired once, but I'm like, I didn't pay attention too much to it. Like there's been like an incident where that the car went in for some kind of a service, but I don't recall what the service was, but it's always wise to have the car realigned after such a service. And then the tech was like, go ahead and drive it. If it's bad, then we'll fix it, but you probably don't have to do that. I'm like, okay, fine. Drove it and it was misaligned. It was like for that one day I had to drive it, which is weird because the car was just not going straight. So now fast forward, moving day, as in the day that I had to drive Lucille to El Paso, Texas. Lucille is at the Hyundai dealership of El Paso since the 20th of March. It's now the 22nd of May, so it's been there for 2 months. And when I was driving to El Paso, I hit Las Cruces and Lucille went nuts. Like, it's one thing when your check engine light comes up, but when it starts to blink, there's a problem. So fast forward to the 20th of March, brought her in, and I think a couple of weeks later, which was even weird for that because I guess there's an influx of cars being brought in to get fixed. So it took a long time for them to get into it. But it turns out that when the tech went into the engine, found that the coils were loose, which might have led to other stuff, and the misfires caused some further damage. Now Lucille needs a new engine. So she is at the dealership while they do what they do, get through the bureaucracy of all that stuff. And then plus it turns out it seems like there's been a recall at Hyundai concerning certain models and certain types of engines, which causes the same issue. And though mine is not a part of the recall, but I think it's the first one, so maybe mine might become a part of a new recall. I don't know, but it's just taking a long time. Now, what does that mean for taking road trips and version 4 of Lucille? This is a little spot that's away from the rest stop here. Suki's down there. We are literally, guys, at the edge of Texas. Does this work? Way out here? I didn't think so. We are at the edge of Texas. So, what does that mean? So that means now Suki is now my daily driver, which sucks. I hate driving that car daily now because it's just sometimes, like, you know, when you just want to get to work and back from home, get to work and just drive back home, and you want to blend in, you know, sometimes you just want to blend in with traffic. And let's face it, Suki is no longer that kind of a car. It's like wherever she goes, it's always there's always a little bit of a stir. And the other thing is, I can't get her started with version 4 since I'm using it as my car now, the only car, and I need to drive to and from work, and I can't get Suki to the shop to get fixed because there's quite a bit of stuff that I want fixed on it, and right now we're just waiting. So I'm gonna wait for the entire month of June. Like, you know, wait as in I'm gonna wait to see what Hyundai is gonna do. But meanwhile, I'm going to order a bunch of parts and install those myself. And then come 1st of July, a choice will have to be made. But that is stalling Suki version 4, which is what I wanted to start the trips with, which I think I will start the trip with. Is just things are being delayed. What I had planned in terms of trips this year, I guess that's the next thing I'm going to talk about. Meanwhile, I give you the edge of Texas. Looks like I'm done here. I had to take some video here, some photos. Look like we're done here, and yeah. So what's next for Zoom 360? My next vacation won't be till September, but between now and then there are a few things here that's in the city that I'd like to try out. Of course, I'm gonna take you guys for the ride for that. But hopefully between now and September, Suki version 4 will be complete, at least for the most part, and where I can take a road trip out west with her. The reason why it's so important for me to have version 4 done is because I'm hoping to link up with a few people en route who themselves have Superman themed cars. I thought it would be cool to like, you know, link up and, like, you know, shoot a couple of videos. So that's why I would like to have version 4 done. And yeah, so that's what's going on with the road trips, because it's been a minute. I mean, it's May. I have not taken really, since I moved, one road trip, like serious road trip. But please bear with me, as this whole Lucille situation has put a setback sort of on things. As crazy as it sounds, there is a positive to this though. There is one, yes, but yeah, so I hope you guys could hear me with this wind. I still gotta get a mic for this camera. Jeez Louise, I always forget. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna order one tonight. So this is Zoom 360, inviting you to get up, get out and do it. Hopefully this car thing gets dealt with. Like, subscribe, and share. And I'm out.